Bass Pro, Cabelas, Hobie. What's up? There's been a rumor going around that the owner of Bass Pro and Cabelas has now purchased Hobie and is the owner of Hobie. And recently it appears that rumor's been confirmed. So what are my thoughts on that, being a Hobie owner of more than one Hobie, and what do I think it holds for the future? Well, some have said Hobie was a failed company because they were bought out a couple years ago. Well, sometimes it's not the company that failed, it's who bought them out that failed the company. And I don't know what the status of that was with the previous owner of Hobie, but I think we have some optimism going forward with the recent news. Bass Pro and Cabelas are established companies in the outdoor recreational space and the boating space and kayaking space. And we can see from when that company bought Bass Pro and then bought Cabelas, Cabelas is still here and doing quite well. So it appears they're committed to growing a company. Sometimes when a company buys established brand out like Hobie, the people coming in either don't understand it or all they want to do is sell off the assets, skim off the money, and bankrupt the shell. I don't know what was the case with the previous ownership, but I do believe Bass Pro and Cabelas, along with the company that's the parent company, are looking to put Hobie back on the map again and move them forward. Being a longtime customer of both Cabelas and Bass Pro, you can always go online, even if you're not near one of their local stores, and buy the parts and accessories you need. That would be a huge advantage to Hobie because, as you can see, I've done a lot of accessorizing of this Hobie Outback. The H-rail stand-up bar, the H-rail accessory kit, scupper wheels, an extra hatch, all those kind of things. And in the past with Hobie, before the buyout, that stuff was readily available at Hobie dealers. This past year, I haven't had that same confidence. So I think with the Bass Pro Cabelas relationship, probably you're going to be able to see, just like anything else you buy from Bass Pro or Cabelas, if they don't have it locally, you can go online and they'll ship it from wherever in the country they have it in inventory. But having said that, I would also like to see that the new Hobie going forward would at least keep their experienced dealerships, their major dealers and their longtime experienced dealers. Like I bought this kayak from Great Outdoor Provision Company, and anytime I've had to deal with any issue or get any parts or supplies, they've always been real good about it. So keeping the established, particularly the major established dealer network of Hobie would be good for Hobie and Bass Pro and Cabelas going forward. And then if you add the fact that Bass Pro and Cabelas together have a nationwide reach, I think that's going to be a good thing. A lot of people were unhappy with moving the assembly to Mexico. I don't know that that was in itself a bad idea, but it's definitely going to be better at the current time to bring the assembly back into the United States, which is what the new ownership is going to do. I would like to see maybe under new ownership some little more, how should I say it? I would like to see that under new ownership, maybe we get a new Outback. Now this is a great hull, and I wouldn't want to see them do anything that changes the overall performance characteristics of the hull. I mean, that goes back to the first generation Outback. It has slowly evolved to be a good performing kayak. So maybe one thing we'll see is some more innovation that Hobie has always been noted for. Like I said, one of the things that has made Hobie great is the fact that they've always had innovative accessories that support their kayaks, and they've always done a continuous improvement on their kayaks. The Pro Angler's been an established fishing kayak for years and has slowly evolved to its current form. The Outback goes back to almost the beginning of Mirage Drive kayaks, and it has evolved to get better with each generation. I wouldn't mind seeing a next generation Outback that would have the same basic hull, how would I say it, shape, so that maybe you make it 36 inches wide or a little wider, and you scale it to longer so it'd have more capacity, but do it in a form that it still has the same shape as an Outback. One of the good things about the Outback when it was this generation came out in 2019 was the design of the cockpit with a T-track and an H-rail, and then in the aft cockpit in the tank well they put in the T-track, but there's also a provision, just like I bought an optional H-rail for the kayak, there's a provision to put an H-rail in the aft T-track as well. What if it got a little longer and the seat area was now, at the very least, an H-rail on this same level that was mounted securely enough that you could mount the seat to that H-rail, and now you could slide it a little fore and aft because some people like that. You could also make it with different height risers for people that want to sit higher, and you could also put a swivel seat on it, which is one of the things the competition is doing that kind of makes me a little jealous, that now that these kayaks are motorized, being able to fish from a swivel seat would be a nice addition. So, not to take too much of your time, but I think really there's a lot to look forward to with the merger of Hobie being brought into Bass Pro and Cabelas under the same ownership, that this could do good things for Hobie and make more money for Bass Pro and Cabelas and their owners. And boy, the $64 question for many people is going to be, going forward right now, I'm wanting a Hobie, but I'm not sure I should buy one. Maybe you're someone who's on the fence about buying a Hobie right now, and you want to know, should I buy one? All I can say is, I have a reasonable confidence, and if I was getting ready to buy another one, I'd definitely consider doing it, but that's something many people are going to want to wait and see. So that's kind of the short of my thoughts on the recent changes in the ownership of Hobie, and I'm positive about it going forward. So let me know in your comments what you think, what you'd like to see from Hobie going forward. And if you like the video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching.